button. All right, Isaac, special day for you today. You earlier this morning announced that you signed your 3-year entry-level contract with the Chicago Blackhawks. We did your BMO Harris player profile not all that long ago about how being drafted by the Blackhawks this past summer was a big accomplishment. Where does this fall for you? Your first National Hockey League deal is in the books.
Yeah, definitely an exciting day. I would say this is the most important day that I've had so far. It's kind of what I've been working for my whole life, so it's happy to see it come to fruition here.
What were the conversations like with you and the Blackhawks organization to put this deal in place? I know at the beginning of the season, there was questions on whether you'd go back to juniors or whether you'd stay and play pro some more. What were those conversations like?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing was I came, and obviously with COVID, I got an unexpected opportunity here and I made the most of it. I think for me, just getting in games and proving that I can play at the pro level. And I showed that to them, and then I put some confidence in them, and obviously they've reciprocated that back to me. So I think the conversations were all good, all positive, and just trying to get a deal done for the past week.
Well, tip of the cap to you and to the development staff working with everybody out on the ice with the Rockford IceHogs and joining from the Blackhawks organization. For you personally, were you surprised at how well you were able to jump right in and get going? Because you got a lot of firsts out of the way in your first couple of games. Of course, your pro debut, but first pro point, first pro goal. You jumped out there like you didn't really need that grace period to feel things out and become a professional.
Yeah, I think for me coming in, I was obviously pretty confident. I'm confident in my size, my skating ability, that I could play at this level. I knew it was going to be a bit of an adjustment, but I was never doubting myself or anything. I remember talking to my family like before I come down here, I said I was going to come back with an NHL contract, and that's happened. So I couldn't be more happy.
Well, what was the reaction like with your family? I know you're very close to them. Your sister plays hockey. Your family got you into the sport itself. What were those conversations like when you called home and said that the deal is done? I'm getting an NHL deal.
Probably some tears of joy. I think, yeah, it's just a crazy day. It hasn't really even sunk in. I know my phone's been going crazy, but it's just trying to get it to sink in right now.
Well, I want to open up the floor to anybody of the media that joined us. I know a couple jumped on in there. Use that raise your hand feature, and we'll get you on in here. And we'll start with Mr. Greg Boyson. Your line is active.
Hey, Isaac, congratulations on the contract. Talking to a lot of the guys throughout the season, there are two names that pop up a lot for the young guys are Cody Francis and Brian Campbell. How have working with those two helped lead to this day and helped your overall improvement this season?
Huge. Working with Franny and Soupy is probably I've gotten better in the last month than I ever have probably in my whole training my whole life. I think just the little tips and tricks that they know from playing in the league for so long, you can't really emulate that any better than those guys. Just little things with your stick, manipulating guys. But for me, those two have been critical in my success so far.
Thank you.
Patrick Williams, your line is active.
Yes, Isaac, congratulations. When you think back, when you were coming into this season, did you really know what to expect from this whole experience, or has it been a little bit different than maybe you would have thought?
No, I came down here just expecting to play a couple exhibition games. I didn't know what the situation was going to be, if I was going to get in any regular season games, but they've been so focused on development here. They knew they wanted to get me in some games, and then I knew I would have an opportunity after sitting out the first 2 games of the season, and then I just knew I had to make the most of it and not make them want to take me out of the lineup again. So just for me, I'm just fighting to stay in the lineup every night, and I've done a good job of that so far.
One of the biggest things young defensemen struggle with is like their composure with the puck. How have you been able to really avoid some of those growing pains as a 19-year-old young defenseman?
I think for me, my ability to use my feet to kind of get out of trouble in the D zone as well, but also just learning to move the puck quick. I think the first game for me was the biggest transition of the time and space you have on the ice, and then obviously working with Franny and not putting yourself in those bad positions can help you a lot in the D zone.
What has Derek King, kind of being a calm influence, been to help you ease into your pro career like this year?
Yeah, Kinger's been great. I think he has exactly what you said, a calming presence. He doesn't put much pressure on you, but you know what you're supposed to do. You go out there and do it. He just says sometimes before the game, just go out and play hockey. Like, we know what to do. You've been playing your whole life. You don't want to think about it too much. Just go out, read the game, read the plays, and things will kind of happen on their own.
Thank you.
Randy Kane, your line is active.
Hey, Isaac, what's your relationship been like with Anders during this time?
Yeah, I think I've got a great relationship with Anders. I think we try to do video after every game, break down my clips, see what I could have done better, what I did do well. But I think, yeah, Anders has been great as well. Just working with him, learning some tricks from him. But yeah, we have a great relationship, and I think it's only going to get better.
When you guys are looking at video together, is there something that you see that you are seeing that's not a problem that it was at the start?
Yeah, I think for me, my stick in the D zone, I think my stick's pretty good off the transition and off the rush. But I think coming in the D zone, I would start in a battle with my stick in the air at the first couple of games, and then these last couple of games, I've had a really good job of going into battles with my stick on the ice, and then body on body, stick on puck. So I think working with that, seeing it in video and then being it, it's a lot easier to translate that back into the game.
And then who was the first person that you contacted when you signed, and what was that reaction like?
I called my mom, and then I knew she'd be with my dad wasn't working either, so I knew everyone would be home, and I told her to put it on speaker, and then I just told her the good news, and then obviously they were through the roof.
All right, thanks.
And now, Isaac, moving forward, I mean, what's the motivation like for you now going into practices like today? I saw a couple teammates give you a little stick tap on the shin pads when you first got out there, and then moving into games. I mean, certainly there's some extra motivation, if you will, to get back out there and get to work.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm trying to make an impression every day. I think my mindset doesn't change much. I come in here, try to make this team, stay in the lineup, and now I'm coming in to try to make the big club. So my mindset doesn't really change, but just attack every day with a purpose.